Isso aqui, oh, é pouquinho de Brasil, iaia. Hi, my name is Fátima and I'm talking to you from Newfoundland, Canada. We haven't done much because we've been focusing on renovating this area that is the living room, dining room, kitchen. And we did put a wall down and we changed the windows here. So we didn't do much out of than that. So I'm going to start directly with the knitting, with my finished projects. I finished the no frills from Petite Knit. I really like it. There is, okay, it was a pleasure to knit it. I do think I want to do another one at least. I used the Drops Air. And Drops Air is 65 alpaca, 28% polyamide, and 7% wool. So because of that, it has more drape. And I don't know if the drape affected a little bit how it falls because of being alpaca. What I know is that I didn't see much of difference on the ending. I did I think it's Italian bind off, as suggested here, but it's okay. It's a lot of work in a way, but it's okay. I didn't see that much, maybe because it's a fuzzy yarn, but it's very light. So for a long, it's light and warm. So for a coat like this, I thought it was good because it doesn't weigh much. On the other hand, here when I was doing the sleeves, I reduced a lot of stitches here, way more than what she suggested, because alpaca doesn't have much elasticity, and I didn't want it to be large. So it is perfect. I really love it. Then the pockets, I was wearing it before I had the pockets done, but I thought that the coat needed a pocket. They are afterthought pockets, and I think when I do it again, when I decide to put the pockets, before I finish, I will just add a cable here so that I don't have to pick up stitches, because then it will be perfect, the same line, the same amount of numbers in the same position. So in this case, I was just knitting and knitting and knitting because it was a relaxing knit. And I do like the effect of how it looks. I think it's really nice. And I will do another one. So this, and the other thing is my campus vest that I showed last episode. And this one, I think it would, I left this stitch marker here just because I wanted something cute, like a brooch or something. And I have two more. But I bought this book, or MEHI gave me for my birthday. It's the Embroidery on Knits that I thought would be nice to put something on. I don't know yet. I have to do some samples first to see how it goes. But I'm pretty happy with this, and I thought this would look good on this coat. So this is my first finished project. Then I have Baby Wise. I finished this, I forgot the name of the pattern, but it is by Filipa Carneiro, a Portuguese podcaster. And she says that it's traditional baby coat that all the Portuguese people do for their babies. And you do it sideways. That's how you do it. The only thing is I use the no, I forgot the name of the yarn. I'll put it down. But the thing is I use two strands together, so it's a little bit stiff, I think. But it's going to be very warm. What is good because in Brazil we don't have heatings, in the central heating in the house. Then I didn't wash it yet. I didn't block. I still have to put buttons. This one is 3 buttons only here. So I have to put the buttons and then block. The other one is, I'm going to write down on below the pattern name. And this is from Sandra Agasalhos e Bugalhos. It's another Portuguese designer, but she designs mostly for babies. I bought a lot of her patterns. So she has some patterns at Ravelry, but she has way more in the Etsy shop. So I'll put a link for her too. One of the things I liked about this is that because it was garter stitch at the end, she says to use the Icelandic bind off. That is very good for garter stitch. So if you look here, it gives you a very nice ending on the garter stitch. So I did that in the sleeves, and I did that in the body. So I still have to block it and put buttons. This has a lot of buttons. So I have to go out and look for something to buy. But the baby's coming only in July, so I have time for that. Oh, when I did that, the first one, as a matter of fact, I started with the socks, and I had this sock blocker that I think is perfect for this. So it's a pair of socks to wear. Oops. With this coat, baby coat. So this is all going to my granddaughter Eloisa. Okay, so this is the second group. I don't know, because in Brazil, in September it starts to warm up, and the baby's going to be born in July. So it's really for July, August, and very early in September. So I don't know how many more I'm going to do for 1 to 3 months. But at least these ones are done. Then I finished my socks, and my sister said to me, I have chicken. Can I have the socks? So I didn't like this yarn very much, how it came out. So or I will knit her another pair, or I'll give her this if I don't knit another pair until next time I see her. So I'm going to keep it. I got this at a Value Village. It's wool, but somehow I didn't like the final effect. So this is the first set of socks I finished in January. Then I bought this yarn, and I thought I'm going to just knit, but I didn't want just to knit without doing anything. Like a vanilla sock felt boring, and it would look like this because, let me take both. I used some slip stitches. It became like this. So that's the difference. And I think it's cool. I like how they turned out. And I got this from this book, Sock Yarn, One Skein Wonders. I have this book for the longest time, and I have done a few things of it, but not many. So I saw the pattern, but I didn't do the pattern. I just got the pattern, the stitch pattern, and did. But when you are working with the slip stitches, the tendency is for that row to pull a little bit. And what happened is that my back was getting way longer than the front. So I was talking to my group, my Portuguese community group, and Cristina suggested that I would do some short rows. So that's what I did, because it is, each 10 rows you have 4 slip stitch rows. So I started doing short rows, and that worked fine until the end. And I do like the final effect of the socks. So I think this is opal yarn, and I think it turned out okay. I really like the pattern and how it changed from what was initially. Then what I decided to do is I decided that I would have some boots, and I got some hand spun yarn that I do believe it was Corriedale, and I got a mohair. I should have brought the yarn here, but that's okay. And it was a very light blue on the Corriedale, but because my mohair leftover was dark, it turned out very nice, and it's perfect for boots. And the other thing is, because I use a needle 375 millimeters, I think in less than 10 hours I had the pair done, because it went very fast. And I wore it once, and it was really nice. So these are my, oh no, in knitting, these are my finished projects. Then I now have 4 work in progress. One is the Stephen West 2023 shawl that I haven't worked whatsoever, so I'm not even going to talk about it. The other one is my primrose. So this is my primrose, and if you decide to do this, and mainly if you're doing the size large or extra large, you're going to have a lot of problems, because if you follow the pattern. Because first of all, when you're following the pattern, it says that you should stop here in this part and start the division. But if you go on reading more, it says for you to have one thread of color A, that is this thread here, to get the yarns. So what it tells me is that, and it makes sense that the division of the arms is right here and not here where the pattern says. So if you look at the pattern, it ends here. This is line 63, and she gives you the instructions on where to separate 9 stitches under the arm on the row 63. But in reality, the division is here on this second pattern on row 20 or 19. So I did it wrong. I had to undo, and believe me, it's not nice to undo color work. I was almost done with this, and it didn't make sense, and it was weird. So I decided, then I was reading and I said, oh, this is where I did the mistake. It's because she gave the instructions on this line here to separate the body. But in reality, you had to do this more. So the instructions are wrong. So you should do it here. So I undid everything and I got it back. And now, because I need Portuguese style, you do the work on the back, because I'll purl every stitch, and it's the fastest and easiest way for me. So now I have everything ready to start again. I did only 1 row. After I put everything together, it's even large here. But it's a progress, because from last time episode, I was here, so I did all this in the body, and one sleeve I did the same. The other sleeve was done. So that's the progress that I did. I did more progress, but I had to undo because otherwise it wouldn't fit. And I hope now it will fit. So this is the primrose. If you decide to do it, you have to, and I don't know the other sizes, but the X and XL is a little bit complicated. The other project that I have ongoing is the shawl for my son-in-law. Shawl, no, this is scarf. And I progressed. I think last time I was here, so I did this more. But I think I have to do at least 3 times this. So this is a freestyle. I should have put 144 stitches because that would be easier to get patterns complete. But I put 140, and I just am okay with that because right at the division, you won't see that the last pattern is not complete in some cases. And what I'm doing is I'm getting a lot of things. So this first part was from a Mary Wallen book. This book, Shetland. And it's a small shawl that she had there that I did. And then the other patterns. So for her, the scarf was very small, and what she did is she did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think up to here or here, and then so she did 7 rows, and then she just did the same but changing the colors that she used. So I went to this other book, the Alice Starmore book of Fair Isle knitting, and I got some 3 because these are all 3 periods, 3-row periods. So I got some more, and I did up to here using the same idea here that I did 7, and then the next 7 I just changed the colors, and that's what I did. But then I decided to do bigger periods. So this one is a 9-row period, and I used this book again, but instead of the shawl, I used the bottom part of this. So I got these patterns here, the first, second, and third, and I used there. And then I went back to using Alice Starmore. So I'm going to do some more with 9 rows, and then I'm going to change to maybe 5 rows periods. So the idea is, for me, is maybe to go up to here and do like 4 times this amount. Then I think it will be okay to go around the neck and then down. So my idea is to do like each time I get this amount, I change the amount of periods that I'm using on the pattern. And I think what's making this sweater, this scarf, is really the colors. And the yarn is the Mila Roche from Kate Daves. And they come in balls, in little balls. And MEHI gave me last year, not in December 2023, he gave me the sampler, the Mila Roche sampler. And I think this is perfect for this. And the colors are really, really nice. I do love it a lot, how it's turning out. And it's not boring because I'm always looking for a different process. So the Starmore, 2, 4, 6, 7. For you to have an idea, what she did is she repeated this 4 times. And the 4 times is the whole size of the scarf. So I have 1, so I practically have 3 done, and she would do 1 more. So the scarf itself just ties up here. The other thing I did is her scarf, Mary Wallen, was 120 stitches, and I did 140. If you are to do it, I would suggest 144 because most patterns are 12 stitches or 24. And it's easier to find patterns like this. And what I do to help me, I put stitch markers everywhere. This saved me a lot of mistakes because I know where it has to end, and so this is it. So it's growing, it's slowly, but it's growing. Yeah, as I said last time, I think I had finished here. So I did this last days. So, oh, okay. Then my last working project is my grandson's sweater. I didn't bring the book here, but it is the Arctic sweaters, I think, by the Petite Knitter. There is a designer from Nunavut, Canada. And last time I think I had just divided for the arms, and I worked a little bit in the body. I do like it a lot. I'm going to start knitting the sleeves next because I have only 2 more of the beige skeins. So the original part, it's the fjord jumper. The original pattern tells you to just wear gray and then put a little bit of blue around. But I do have 2 skeins of blue, and the wool is Fios da Fazenda, decay. But their decay for me is more like a sport. It's not very thick. But that's okay because my grandson is 15. I'm making size large, but he's not that large. So it's okay. I do love the pattern, the simplicity of the stitches and how beautiful they turn out together. What I'm thinking is I'm going to knit the sleeves now. And if I need, I might do, or I will do the same here, choose one of the patterns, or I will do just some stripes with blue, and I think most probably just some stripes of blue in the bottom, just to be sure that the sweater is not going to be short. But I'll take this decision once I have the sleeves a little bit more effective. So I have been all over the place, and this month end of January, I started a sewing course. So this bag is from my sewing course, and it's already with the knitting project. It's very nice. It was very nice to go. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to be there today for my 4th and last class, but the problem is that we have a lot of snow and wind, and when we tried to go, what happened is that the the wind was blowing the snow, and there were some areas that you could not see. So it's 1 hour and 15 minutes to St. John's, where the classes are. Even though I really wanted to go, I thought it was safer not to go. But this is the bag. So we have pockets inside. And it was really nice. I really loved to go and have the course. The second bag that we're doing is a small one. And it has, so this is the inside pockets that you have too. So today we were going to finish the second bag that is a small one with a zipper. But I think I'll be able to finish by myself. I hope so, because I wasn't able to go. But this is my first sewing bag. And I'm very happy with the project. I was very happy to go to start that. They do have a quilting class that maybe I will try. MEHI is going to put Lucky up on the sofa because he was there waiting for somebody to help you. So this is the last knitting project. I talked a little bit about my sewing. Then last year in December, I ordered this book that is the Doodle Knit Directory, because it also has some patterns and it has some baby socks and stuff that I want to do. But I saw it first with Cristina from my group, my Portuguese community group, and I liked the book. And then I also saw it on the Wool and Wishes. Kirsty had got it. So I ordered it from Amazon. And in January, I said, I didn't receive the book yet, but we had the strike in December, so the post office is strike in Canada. So I thought, where is it? And Amazon told us that they had lost it. So they sent me another one. So now I have two of the same. So as a giveaway, just write where you're watching me from. It doesn't matter where in the world. And I will get one person from both the podcast in Portuguese and English, and I will give this book. So it is a nice book. I really like it. It has a few patterns, but it has a lot of charts for you to get stuff, mainly animals and stuff, boats. So it's really cool. I like it a lot. So that's it. Just write where you're watching me from. And next podcast, we're going to get one from both podcasts, the Portuguese and the English. And I'll keep one for me and one is for you. Okay. Then spinning. I have also spun a little. So I have 5 bobbins of this spun. This is Shetland that I got from, let me see if they have their name here. Oh, they don't, Fibre Garden. So Alan did the spinning course with me, and Alan and Joan have a shop close to Niagara Falls. I think it's St. Catherine's, that they have a shop and they ship anywhere, the orders. But I got this fiber before the pandemic, because every time we would go to a show, the hand spinning seminar show, I would get some. So I had 2 of this gray, and I have 1 pound. I had 2 pounds of this gray and 1 pound of this lighter gray. And I have 1 pound of a black. So my idea is to dye different colors, or even dye the same color with this each different base, and get different shades so that I can do color work. So I think in total I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 pounds. That is almost 2 kilos of yarn. So it should be good enough. I don't know yet how I'm going to do it, but I'm working on this. This is what I'm working on, spinning. And while I was working, because I do this in my aura that has thread pedals that I thread, right? And this one is my spinning wheel. And this is such a nice fiber. I forgot the name of the ship. It's not merino, but it's Rambouillet. That's what it is. It's a merino cross. But the yarn is so bouncy. It's been on the bobbin for a while. That's why you don't see the bouncing, how bouncy it is. But it's very cool. I had 1 pound of it that I also got from Fibre Garden. I like to get, because Fibre Garden has lots of different breeds. So I had spun a bunch, and I still have a bunch to spin from them. And this is the Rambouillet. I think I got it from Fibre Garden, if I'm not mistaken. So I have 5 bobbins with this that I have to ply, and I'm going to do a 3-ply yarn. So this is about my spinning, no finished project, but a lot of bobbins are filled, and I'm working on another bobbin. And then this is a finished project. I decided that I would give it a try to the amigurumis. So there is a podcaster. She's from Mexico, and I think it's Greta something. I'll put the link below. And you do it with her. So she has a little course on amigurumi. She explains you a lot of stuff in crochet. I have learned to do crochet when I was maybe 6 or 7, but I just use it to sew fabric together or stuff like that, or finishing on knitting stuff. But I want to do the nativity set, and this is the first one. It's the baby Jesus, that you do the basket, then you do a little blanket that should go inside, and then you do the baby Jesus. Like, I do notice I am a loose crocheter, and I need to do it tighter, but it's okay. I'm happy. So to do that, I got all these yarns, this basket. You see 2 rows of yarn from Hobby. It is the Friends Cotton 8/4. And this is what I'm using with the 2.5 millimeter needle. And I have a lot of colors, so I should be good to do the whole nativity set. I would like to do 3 sets, but maybe different ones. One for each child that I have, for my son and my daughter, and one for me. So I'll probably keep the one for me, because I have a lot to learn yet because I see that my stitches are very, very large. And I'm filling it up with fiber because I have a lot of fiber, more than I will ever spin, so that is washed. So I'm using that to fill it up. So I'm pretty happy. This is it. I think that's all I had to talk about today. I forgot one thing. So my friend in Portugal, Maria João from Pontinhos ao Vento, she's a dyer, an indie dyer now. For the past 3 years, she has been dyeing yarn. And every year now, she has advent calendar package that she joins with a person that does bags and a designer, normally a Portuguese designer, and they make this advent calendars. But she just sells for Europe. She doesn't sell out of Europe. So I decided that I was going to do my own advent calendar. So I went to, I was watching another podcaster from Toronto, and she mentioned this store. This is Merino Textiles in Toronto. So I decided to get 24 skeins. They come from China. So there are two different types of superwash yarn. One that they put the plastic on, and the other is a different process. The other one I think is better. This is probably the plastic on, but it's just an attempt. So, and I'm going to use them all for shawls because I don't really like to use superwash for garments. But I want to do my own advent calendar. The cool thing is that I bought 24 and they gave me 30 because they gave me an 80% discount. And what's bad is that they send me other kinds of yarn that they sell. So this can be bad. But it's okay. I'm going to have fun. So right now I have 30 of this to dye that I am waiting for the kitchen upstairs to be fully working because our laundry area was our kitchen for the past 8 months. But we are already starting to use the kitchen here. So maybe we will start doing some dyeing videos. I've been watching some YouTubers, mainly the Essence of Autumn person. I like her very much. But, so this is what I want to do. And because I bought that, I'm going to put the name in the description. I also got some dyes. I do have a lot of dyes, but they are, I think when buyers stopped dyeing them in the 80s, I got them. And normally I get the same colors. I tend to, instead of buying different colors, I buy the basic colors, red, blue, and yellow, and I blend them together to get stuff. But this one I got, what colors I got. So this is from G&S dye. It's also in Ontario, in Markham, Ontario. I'll put a link for them. And I got Sapphire Blue, New Wavy. I bought a gold ochre because I really wanted a gold ochre. And I got a black because Let me open here. Because the thing is, I've been trying some blacks, and I still have one that I haven't tried that I bought. And they don't give me, because for them to get blacks, I think many of them give me a sort of a purple. And it's a very hard to get a very good black. So I've been trying different blacks from different companies. And this is one of them. So I want to do a lot of dyeing, and this will help that I'm spinning for dyeing, and I have this for dyeing. So that's it. So I don't know what kind of film will be at the end, but I hope you're all well and that life is being good to you. Don't forget to put where you were watching me from to be able to participate in the pickup for the book. A big kiss and see you next. Happy New Year. Bye.